Hello and welcome. It's John Davidsson, your host of Career Coaching After Hours, and can you hardly believe it? It's episode 13 already. I can barely contain myself. In fact, I completely got rid of season headings. I think we're still in season 1, although I reserve the right to scooch this to season 2, but regardless, here we are, episode lucky number 13. And this is on New Year's Eve, so be well and be safe, everyone. This is going to be a fairly short episode, but I think a really important topic, and a topic that's come up several times with clients over the years. Here we are in December, right on the heels of January 2025, and so we're in this really interesting kind of gray area, this transitional time of 1 year fading and kind of melding into the next. But I want to talk about this concept of taking care of yourself while also respecting the New Year's resolutions of other folks. New Year's self-defense, as I like to call it. As usual, a few disclaimer slides. So this series is not me acting like your career coach or your career counselor, because I'm probably not your career coach or career counselor. And so I created the series as a way to get back to YouTube in a way where I can kind of meditate on topics that come up in discussions with clients, and occasionally clients bonk me over the head and give me ideas for episodes in the series. Yes, there is music. If you hear Ghostrifter in the background, that's great. I'm hoping the new audio settings and my new microphone are helping out. And so some other disclaimers here. If you think you might want to talk to a career coach, career counselor, not a bad idea. Lots of them out there. Definitely do some of your research there and your due diligence. And as usual, these are my comments and thoughts as of now and to the best of my knowledge. And as usual, check your sources. I don't have a whole lot of source material to check this episode, but I do have some nice links there at the bottom for some sources I regularly cite to. So as I mentioned, New Year's self-defense is maybe almost a necessity, because here we are, it's at the end of the calendar year. We're right on the cusp of 2025, and likely it'll be 2025 by the time you're listening and watching this episode. So on one hand, it's 2024, and then suddenly 2025. Kind of a wild concept. And so most folks I know almost can't resist doing a little bit of reflection and reflecting on what's happened in the last 12 months or so, but also a little bit of planning for the future. So the 3 R's: reflection, relaxation, recalibration. And maybe we're hardwired to do all of those things, or 2 of those 3 things, which I think is actually really healthy. And so for many of us in this part of the world, it's a little bit cold, a little bit gray outside, and so here we are inside, maybe thinking and planning a little bit, maybe relaxing, slowing down a little bit. I think there's a lot of value in that. Meditating, mapping out what in the world's been happening these past weeks, months, or even years. And so inevitably, it seems like all of us have probably been confronted by someone who says they've got New Year's resolutions. Maybe a nice tidy list of things that they want to do or accomplish. Maybe they want to make more money, lose weight, get a new car, etc., onwards and so on and so forth. And so a classic way to maybe dig a little bit deeper while respecting your time and respecting the other person is maybe give them a nudge, give them a counter proposal, if you will. As in, sure, tell me about your resolutions. Great, briefly, succinctly. Then how about we mosey on over this discussion in terms of digging a little bit deeper at favorite coffee shop. Maybe we get lunch, maybe we get dinner. Maybe you sit down with this person and actually talk about their goals for really reals, instead of at a family gathering or just chit-chatting. Or instead of a quick catch-up call, maybe like some scheduled time to discuss. How's that sound? Pretty powerful phrase. And so this isn't uncommon that even clients will say that they have New Year's resolutions, which I think is just fine to the extent that you're mapping out some ideas and you're making some plans and maybe thinking about self-improvement. But shouldn't we parlay those into already existing plans? As in, do you have some goals written down from the year before? Do you have a blueprint? Do you have a business plan of some kind? So instead of acting like these are brand new resolutions that just suddenly came into existence, we maybe step back and look at what's already written down, or the heck with it, let's go to Starbucks or your favorite coffee establishment, grab some napkins, flip them over, write down a few ideas. Why not? Have a tasty beverage, some cake pops, and map some of these ideas out. So what I'm not suggesting is ignore anyone's New Year's resolutions, or just even casually listen to them and sidestep the conversation. Not at all. Far from it. But maybe ask them, hey, have you written these down? Or what happened to those last New Year's resolutions? That may help spur someone to map out really important goals, and it does validate them as a person. If a real human being wants to tell you about their goals, that's great, that's wonderful, but do me a favor, write them down. You're valuable, your goals are valuable, my time's valuable, your time's valuable. So dig deep for me a little bit, please. Email them to me, and then let's catch up. I would really appreciate that. So there we go. New Year's self-defense. It's that simple. It might save you from a long, drawn-out conversation from friends or relatives, what have you, but actually might be more valuable for everybody. So if you're caught off guard by someone who wants to tell you about your resolutions, maybe you're not in the headspace to listen at that moment. Fair enough. So, like they say, when there's an airline emergency and the oxygen masks come down, put your own mask on first. Take a deep breath. Now you can help other people. So, thank you for joining me. Really brief episode this time. I will likely get back to a longer, lengthier episode here next time. So thank you for joining me. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you have ideas for me, I'm all ears. Feel free to send me a message, an email, like, subscribe, and comment as you like here on YouTube. That's always appreciated. Certainly helps the channel grow. These are a few of my sources that I typically cite to. And if you are reaching out, there are my deets and digits, the main number, email address, and my website's there for you. And as so frequently during these last few episodes, I'm going to say thank you to Ghostrifter. Great music. I hope it's coming through and not overpowering my nasally vocals. So go ahead and give Ghostrifter a listen when you can. All right. And thank you all. Be well, be safe, take care of each other. Happy and safe New Year's. And I hope 2025 is even more awesomer and even more epicer than 2024. All right. Take care, folks. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.